Hey guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel, your to-go place for diving deep into the rich cultures and stories of the world. Today, we're going to be talking about the fascinating role of folklore and mythology in Caribbean literature, and how these stories help shape our identity and initiate resistance across the world. So let's get started. So, the Caribbean is a treasure trove of folklore and mythology, from the trickster Anansi, brought over by the enslaved Africans, to scary tales of duppies and spirits. These stories are very rooted in our region's history, blending African, indigenous, and European influences. But it's not just about entertaining ghost stories or moral lessons. These myths and legends play a powerful role in the Caribbean literature, offering ways to understand, identify, and resist colonial narratives. Many Caribbean writers get into folklore and put into their own works to explore who they are and where they come from. For example, Derek Walcott's Omeros uses Homeric epics and Caribbean mythology to reimagine history through a local lens. Writers like Walcott show how these stories can reclaim cultural pride in the face of colonial gentrification. These stories aren't just relics of the past or urban legends, but they've been alive and going around shaping how Caribbeans see each other today. During slavery and colonization periods, mythology became a form of quiet rebellion. Anansi, for example, symbolized the brave and resourceful need to outsmart oppressors. The theme of resistance carried over to literature, where writers use folklore to critique colonial systems and celebrate the resistance of Caribbean people. For example, in Edric Stanticat's The Farming of Bones and its use of Haitian lore. In Haitian literature, voodoo and spiritual myths are often used to push back against the stereotypes imposed by the West, reclaiming the culture and history. I've always known a saying that you don't know who the villain of the story is until you hear both sides of the story, because of course each side is gonna paint themselves as the hero. We often criticize and devalue foreign customs and cultures and beliefs because we think of them negatively, but what do we really know and where do they come from? So even today, writers like Marlon James and Black Leopard, Red Wolf reimagined African and Caribbean folklore for more wide audiences, and these modern interpretations can prove that mythology is not just about the past, but it's a filter for exploring many modern issues like migration, identity, and social justice. It's a reminder of how deeply interconnected our lands in the Caribbean are with the rest of the world, and how our story can transcend borders. So whether it's Anansi's wit and smarts, or the haunting tales of duppies, or the spiritual resistance of voodoo, Caribbean folklore and mythology are essential to our region's literature. They're not just stories, they're symbols of identity, survival, and pride. So thank you guys for joining me on this journey through the magical world of Caribbean folklore and literature. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new. Give it a thumbs up, share with a friend, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the global cultures and stories. See you next time!